Welcome to Ask Rich and Ed from Procurement Says No.
Woo.
We get a lot of listener questions, which we love to answer with insightful views and advice.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see what questions we've got this time, Ed.
Well, Rich, will they be fatuous, insightful, or inane? Let's make it real.
Boom. This one is from Peter Shortbread in Glasgow in Scotland.
Peter Shortbread.
Isn't it always safer, Ed, and better to use a big global consultancy? They will always make sure we get the results we need.
Really?
Discuss.
The press is littered with cases of big consultancies and big audit firms who didn't quite get it right, and then their client sued them.
Yes, lots and lots of them, aren't there? All over the place. Isn't the PwC banned from Australia or something? Aren't they? I'm sure they are. I'll check that out.
So what's safe about a big consultancy? Well, it's like any big business, isn't it? They have deep pockets. If something really does go wrong, and reputationally they will be worried. However, there are lots of cases of big consultancies falling out with their clients and then going to court and all that sort of stuff. And it's littered. There's loads of examples.
Yeah, PwC were banned for 3 months from receiving any tax-related contracts in Australia in June 2023. There you
go. However, do you want to pay double the price for the certainty? Because that's what you're doing, basically. If you went with a boutique consultancy, you're going to probably pay half of a big consultancy because the overhead that a big consultancy carries.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. You'll never get sacked for hiring IBM was the old quote, wasn't it? And I think the same is true for EY or PwC. And yes, I think you're right, you get the brand and you get the reputations, that's a positive thing. And if something goes wrong, they will try very hard to either A, put it right, or B, send in the lawyers.
Depends on the nature of the project. If you're going to do a global change program, it is probably quite likely that it's only one of the big consultancies that can provide
that level of scope, yeah.
And that level of coordination and stuff like that. Whereas if you're doing a piece of work that's just in Lichfield, then you don't necessarily need a big consultancy to help you, do you? Because you've got one site and there's probably lots of boutique consultants around. What's appropriate rather than what's safer. A bit like if you're doing strategy work, where do they lean? They lean towards McKinsey and people like that. Are they getting a better service than somebody who used to work for McKinsey and have got their own business? Nah, probably not.
And on a similar note, the next question is from Diego Sponge in Madrid, who says, my main stakeholder for a transformation program wants to use the consultancy where he used to work. How do I deal with this lack of objectivity, Ed?
Kill him. Destroy. It's very, very difficult. What you want to do is talk to other senior stakeholders. Then I would say, let's run a tender. Talk to your boss and get air cover.
Yes.
And then do a very, very objective selection process. But trust me, that's really challenging.
He's my best mate. I've worked with him for 15 years and he's done this. I can trust him. Blah, blah, blah.
And he's brilliant and he always delivers. Yeah, and the reality is in life, it's about networks and it's about people who you know. You've got to just navigate it very carefully. But I think the only way you can deal with it is one, get air cover, and the other is be really objective in the selection criteria and get it tendered.
Exactly. I think that's the way. That's how you say it, isn't it? So let's just prove that they are the most competitive and the best. Try and persuade them to go out to market. It's always a sensible thing to do. I'll also ask him whether he is sure that the particular team he has worked with is still there because the buggers do move around. Or alternatively, just go for it.
Yeah, nepotism. Yeah,
whatever. Okay, it saves me a lot of bother.
Yeah, just do it. So this is from Marie Chantreuse, I hope I said that right, in Marseille, in France. Why don't IT enterprise software providers implement their own software with clients? And why do they rely on consultancies? Is it because they don't understand how to implement?
I think it probably is. Because obviously, if it all goes wrong, when it all goes wrong, they can't be blamed when the implementation takes 3 times longer than expected and costs 4 times as much and doesn't deliver any of the proposed benefits from the business case. And they can go, well, that was because of the consultants you used.
I'll give you another perspective.
Go on then.
They make more money from the software than they do from the implementation. And they can keep their corridors thin of people. Yes. And just have techies and designers and coders and stuff.
And all of that dirty implementation stuff is for somebody else.
Yeah. Our model is we create the software.
Off you go.
You implement. Win-win. You get some revenue. We get revenue. And the other one is that it's a slightly different skill set, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's all about change management.
And transformation. Whereas the software is the software, isn't it? It's building a technology platform.
That's quite a straightforward answer then.
Yeah.
So here's the next one. This one's from James Jacobs from Massachusetts in the US of A. Would you recommend a career in interim management? What are the pros and cons? So slightly different from a career in consulting, a career in interim management, Ed.
It's like being in consulting, except you have the risk because you're not employed. The challenge really to be an interim is financial security.
Yeah.
That's it, really. It's much like being a consultant. You've got the issue that you haven't got a regular income with a pay slip every month.
Yes.
The benefit is you're consulting. You're seeing a different environment. It's just the same as being a consultant for one of the big four or whatever. The only thing is you don't get any training. But I know people who do it where they take every summer off.
Yeah. I did it for about 3 years, and it was one great thing was focus. You generally get a very clear brief, which can be great.
Yeah.
This is what we want you to do. Bum 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 bum. But I was interim for a couple of years actually at Royal Mail as in a senior management position, which is a bit weird. But I had
I was involved in the post office scandal.
No, that was you.
Oh.
And I had oversight of all the spend, which is a bit weird, but it was very good fun because I was effectively procurement director. But one thing that was good, it was you don't get involved in the politics. There's lack of politics. You don't need to get into that whole politics of the organisation. You go in, you do your bit, come out, do 6 months in, do 3 months off, you choose.
Yeah.
Variety is good. And then, as you say, the cons, you're always just maybe a week from being exited. Oh, sorry, we've run out of budget. You're always needing to be looking for the next role, and you've got to have that sort of sales focus all the time, and that lack of security. Yeah,
I think it's good fun though. I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of, and if you don't like the role, you can move on.
Yeah, indeed. Bye.
Whereas in a line role, that becomes more difficult because the process of moving jobs is subject to long periods of notice.
And there's a huge network, isn't there, of interim sort of agencies who will always looking for people. And the thing about interim is you need to be available right now.
Yeah.
And if you are available, then the actual numbers of people who are available exactly at the same time is limited. Righty-ho, next one. This is from David McVitie in Aberdeen in the UK, related to the above, really. I'm a head of procurement and my team has a few gaps in both numbers and skills. If I were to use interims, where is the best place to do so?
If you're bold, I think you could go to somewhere like Linked Up. I think you could go online and find the interims. And then you just got to quiz them. A bit like a mini tender, really. What have you done? Where have you worked? Who are your references? So you could do that. Or you go to an agency. Fairly straightforward. I think there's loads of known procurement agencies out there.
Yeah, there's loads of agencies. I know, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah. The key is you've got to interview them. You've got to work out what's their drivers. Are they going to stick around? That's all the questions from this time.
Super duper.
All answered beautifully. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.